Hi everyone, in today's video I'll share with some of the tips and tricks and also resources that I used throughout of my Spanish learning journey, and those resources have helped me to lay out the foundation that helped me to successfully pass a B2 exam in Spanish. And for those who are seeing me for the first time, my name is Amir. I am a language enthusiast who knows 6 languages, and currently I'm learning two more, French and Arabic. I'm studying international relations at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest, and on this channel I am sharing with you guys some of the advices that I learned about throughout of my language learning experience. And before we directly jump into that topic, I want to make a little disclaimer. None of the resources that I mentioned today are sponsored. It's just those resources are resources that I used in my personal experience. They helped me significantly to progress in Spanish, and I'm using them to prepare myself for C1 level, even though they are mostly dedicated to beginner level. And now let's dive directly into that. The first step, which is absolutely important, is to start to build up your own studying structure. I know it sounds kind of scary, but I highly recommend to start with beginner-friendly textbooks like Assimil or Teach Yourself, and the photos of those books will pop up here. Yeah, so those books are beginner friendly, and which is really crucial also is that they provide you with audio from the native speakers, and listening on the first steps of your learning is crucial. And by following those books, I think you will not be really confused, and to not get confused is a really essential, because so many learners are getting confused by a great number of sources that are available right now on the internet. Second essential step is to familiarize yourself with how Spanish sounds. In Spanish there are only 5 vowels, and so it is going to be pretty easy for you to nail the system. They sound kind of in a similar, or they sound in one and only stable manner, so there are not really a lot of exceptions for these for the pronunciation of those vowels. And also you have to notice that there are two accents: Latin American accent and Spanish from Spain accent. You don't have to concentrate yourself right now on it. You will choose your accent afterwards, not right away. Just kind of get your ears accustomed to listening to Spanish. And 3 YouTube channels that I would recommend you. And by the way, I'm gonna put them under in the description. Those are Dreaming Spanish. Dreaming Spanish offers videos specifically tailored for beginners in many different accents, from Argentinian to Spanish from Spain accent. Second channel that I would mention is the channel that I personally started with. It is the channel called Sergi Martin. Español or Spanish. On that channel you will be able to find videos with some basic material that will be really useful for you during your first steps in the learning Spanish. And third one is Practiquemos by Catalina Moreno. This channel offers a great variety of grammar videos explained in a really simple manner. And also she offers practice afterwards. After she explains grammatical points, she offers practice where you can essentially practice what you've just learned with her. In addition to listening, a really highly efficient technique that you could use would be shadowing. Essentially, shadowing is a process when you're mimicking the speaker, in this case, native speaker of the language of Spanish. This technique allows you to essentially kind of repeat the movements of the mouth and repeat the pronunciation of the words that are pronounced by the native speaker. And this will firstly, of course, improve your fluency, and you will be, it is going to be easier for you to pronounce certain or articulate certain, all of the sounds actually in Spanish. And you can do it by just choosing a really short video, for example, from the very Dreaming Spanish channel. There are so many really short videos. You can take those as an example for you. Just take those videos, or one video of 4 minutes, let's say, and every 5 seconds you would stop the video and you would try to mimic exactly the way how the native speaker pronounced the words that you just heard. And in this way, even though at first it will seem a little bit boring, but like after maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, you will immediately notice a really great progress and a great result. With regards to reading and also writing, I would say that maybe after 2 months, in case of Spanish, I would recommend you to start reading really simple texts. And there are plenty of resources that you could use as for the beginner, and you could check out some resources like Practical Spanish Online, Snappy Spanish. Those websites offer specifically created texts for beginners, which are really simple and simply written. And importantly, those texts have an audio recording for you to not only read the text but also listen to a native speaker in Spanish. And those are 2 free resources. But also there is one resource that I would recommend you, which is Spanish Novels for Beginners. Those are really good books too. They are really short and they are really small in size. You could use them. Me personally, I use them, but you have to unfortunately pay for them. But they are really beneficial and really useful. So yeah, there's plenty of material for it. And let's talk about additional resources. Well, in terms of additional resources, I would first of all recommend a dictionary, which is called Captain Obvious Spanish Dictionary, a really good one. You can use it for almost everything. You just type in the word that you don't understand, then you get the translation of the word. You get many examples of the use of the word. you get a lot of meanings of the word. And in case of verbs also, you'll get conjugations of that verb, so you will be able to see how this word is conjugated, which is really important. From additional resources also, I would recommend you Busu. This is kind of an application that you can download. This could be kind of like an additional resource that you could use in addition to your main book, for example. There are plenty of exercises there. They're really entertaining, so they are not going to be boring. And a little bit with regards to structuring your lesson. Let's suppose you have just 1 hour, for example. You could divide this 1 hour into following kind of sections. You would spend 10 minutes for the revision of the material that you learned during your previous session. Some 15 minutes you would spend on learning grammar. By learning grammar, I mean like learning how to conjugate the words, or doing some grammatical exercises, etc. 15 minutes, another 15 minutes I will spend on vocabulary, creating flashcards, trying to practice the new words that you want to learn, and 20 remaining minutes I will spend on your main content, which can be your book, or a YouTube video with shadowing, and this is an obligatory point there. Yeah, so this could be your structure, and for example, let's suppose if you have less or more than 1 hour, then just divide it accordingly. I think the structure is kind of universal, and don't be afraid, or don't really get upset by the fact that you don't have a lot of time to spend on language learning. The main thing is consistency, and to stay consistent and persistent is the key in order for you to master the language. And to sum up things, I would say to you the following: consistency, once more, is a key. Don't really overwhelm you with the diversity of resources. Try to stick to 1 or 2 of them in each of the sections. And so this was the video for beginners, and as I've already told you, stay tuned for the next video for intermediate learners. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.